Well, hello there, 8th graders. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Sorry Miss Monk is not available right now. This is Mrs. Sabalwa speaking from the high school. I look forward to having you all in Spanish 2 next year. Anyway, I just wanted to explain to you how to do verb conjugation on page 2 of your new packet, Unit 10, which is the food packet. You believe it or not, you've been doing verb conjugation all year. It's just that now we're going to get specific with some verbs. So I recommend whatever I write down, you write down, and then at the end, I'm going to go over the answers on the bottom. So first of all, there are 3 types of verbs in Spanish. Okay? 3. So if I took all, and remember, verbs are action words. If I took all the verbs, there's 3 types. There are AR, ER, and IR. Okay? So what we're going to talk about today are AR verbs. Now, how do you know what type of a verb is which? How do you know if it's AR? How do you know if it's ER? How do you know if it's IR? Well, that's easy. It's the last 2 letters. So for example, bailar. Okay? This is an AR verb because it ends in AR. Another example, comer, which is to eat, ends in ER, so therefore it's an ER verb. Sorry, there we go. Next example, escribir, ends in IR, therefore it's an IR verb. Okay? So pretty easy to figure out what type of verb it is. You just look at the last 2 letters. Now, again, we're going to be focusing on this sheet here, AR verbs, meaning verbs that end in AR. So, right down here, we've got our subject pronouns. Hopefully you remember these. Yo is I, tu is you, el is he, ella is she, usted is you formal. I'm going to put an F. Nosotros and nosotras are both we. Ellos and ellas are they. And ustedes is, as I say in the South, y'all. Now, conjugation is actually an English word. It means to change the ending of. So depending on who you're talking about, you have to change the ending. So for example, if I have our lovely AR verb again up here, bailar, okay, and I wanted to say I dance, or you dance, or he dances, she dances, you formal dance, etc., okay, the first thing you do, you drop the AR. Then you add these endings depending on who you're talking about. So if I wanted to do bailar, I've got bailar, right? I'll drop the AR and I'm left with bail, right? So if I wanted to say I dance, it would be bailó. If I wanted to say you dance, I drop the AR again and I would add an AS, bailas. If I wanted to say she dances or he dances or you formal dances, I drop the AR, I'm left with bail, and then I add an A, baila. If I wanted to say we dance, same thing. You drop the AR, and this time you add an amos right here. Then for they, you drop the AR and you add an an, bailan. Okay? So bailo literally means I dance. Bailas, you dance. Baila, he or she or you formal. Bailamos, we dance. Bailan, it's either they or y'all. So you can see there's a box here with these endings because I know you've been working on these kind of charts all year. And, of course, there's a song. Now, I can't take credit for this song. Studied in Spain. Good friend of mine who I met over there from the United States was from New York City. Became a Spanish teacher just like me. Lives in New York. I go visit him every once in a while. He also teaches middle school. And I was in his class and I heard him sing this song. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. So I have to give him the credit. But anyway, an easy way to help you remember the endings of AR verbs is this little song up here. It's catchy. Definitely sing along with me, okay? Don't leave me hanging here, guys. And then it'll help you remember how to conjugate AR verbs. So it goes like this. AR verbs I have to know. Drop AR and start with yo. Oh, as, amos, on. Now I can conjugate. Let's do it again to celebrate. And you'll notice those AR verb endings are the exact same right here. Oh, as, amos, on. Now I can conjugate. Let's do it again to celebrate. So if you remember that song, you'll remember how to do the verb endings. Cool. Okay, now let's come down and talk about AR verbs. AR verbs, by the way, out of the 3 types of verbs, are the most popular by far, meaning they're not the coolest, but there's just more of them, okay? Now, I put a list here for you. This is not an extensive list, meaning this is not all the AR verbs ever. These are just some easy ones we're going to do right now in this unit, okay? So here are some easy ones. Now, yesterday, you were supposed to watch a video by this guy, Chinito. He was going to teach you how to conjugate verbs. Awesome. We just went through verb conjugation. So I want you to correct your own paper as we go through this video. Okay. So it says UINF. That stands for informal. Okay, that'd be the to form. So I'm going to put to, and then it says sing. So I look up here for the verb to sing. Oh, right here it's cantar. But remember, I have to drop the AR. So I'm left with C-A-N-T. It looks like can't, right? And then if I want to say you sing, I come over here and I see that I add the AS to cantas. Now, if you just wrote cantas, that's fine. Because if you look here, the only ending that goes with AS is the to form. So if you didn't put to and you just wrote cantas, it's really the same thing. It's the only one that ever goes with that, so it's kind of implied. Rule of thumb, I always put the subject pronoun in the front just to be sure, because then you know you're always going to be right. Okay, number 2, we listen. So we is nosotros. Then you look up here for to listen, which is right here, escuchar. We drop the AR, so we're left with escuch. And then we come up here and we add amos. Nosotros escuchamos, we listen. Number 3, I swim. So if you look up here, it's nadar. First of all, I is yo. So you take off the AR and we're left with nod. You add the O ending, yo nado. Number 4, they skate. So I look up here for to skate, which is patinar. And they is AOS. You could put AS too. And then you drop the AR, so you're left with yo pat. And then you add the AN ending to go with AOS, which is right up here. Okay, next one. You wear shoes. You is to. If you look up here for the verb llevar, which you should already know from the clothing unit, you drop the AR, so we're left with llev. And then the ending that goes with the to form is AS. So to llevas. And then shoes are zapatos. Zapatos. All right, number 6, we watch TV. So if you look up here for to watch, and we is nosotros. To watch is mirar. I drop the AR. I add the nosotros ending, so it's miramos. And there's a couple of ways to say TV that we learned. You could say la tele, la televisión, a televisor, any of those. He dances. So he is el. And then I want to say to dance, which is bailar. So I drop the AR and I'm left with bail. And then I add an A for an ending to match with he. Number 8, Marta visits her grandma. Marta. And then if I look up here to visit is visitar. So I drop the AR. And it's left with, looks like visit. And then for the she ending, because Marta's a girl, she, it's an A. And then her grandma is su abuela. Number 9, Julio and Bia ski. I'm going to get lazy and put J-E-B, J-E-B. And now I want to say they ski. So if I look for the verb to ski, right here, esquiar, I drop the AR and I'm left with esqui. And now I want to say Julio and Bea, that would be they, esquian. Number 10, Carla and I drink juice. Carla, yo. Now remember, anytime you see a name with a yo, it means we, because I'm talking about Carla and I, we. So then I look for the verb to drink, which is tomar. Drop the AR, so I'm left with tom, looks like Tom. And since I'm talking about we, I add amos. And then tomamos. And then juice is el jugo. All right, now, bottom part, it says translate to English. First underline the ending, then translate the sentence to English. So mi madre habla, here's my ending. My mom, and then if I look up here for hablar, it means to talk. So my mom talks on the phone. Down here, an AS ending, so therefore it's you. So you study for the exam. Elena compra fruta. Elena, if you look up here for comprar, because here's the ending, it's to buy. So Elena buys fruit. Nadamos en el océano. So here's the ending. The verb nadar is to swim. So we swim in the ocean. Woo woo, spring break is coming, people. Number 5, Fernando y Pedro trabajan. So I'm going to get lazy again. F-A-E-P, Fernando y Pedro. Here's the ending I underline, and it comes from the verb trabajar, which means work. Oh, whoops. This should be an and sign because I'm putting it in English. Oh, how I love Spanglish. Okay, anyway. All right, hopefully this helps you guys understand how to do verb conjugation. Please make sure you watch some videos on Schoology by Tonito if you're confused, or you can always email me, Mrs. Sabalwa at the high school. My email is ksabalwa@bcpsk12.net. Have an awesome day. Hasta la vista!